again. Welcome back. So, I was talking about grief work, and there's a couple things that I would like to talk to you about grief work. Number one is my analogy. There's a really good book that's famous that everybody uses, and it's this one on grief and grieving about the 5 stages of grief. And it is really important, but it's also really important to understand that the 5 stages aren't consecutive, like hitting the water drops at the marathon. You can be in any of them or a combination of them at any time. And the analogy that I like to use for grief work is being at the beach, being out in the water. And you start out, when you start out, you can't even feel the sand or the shore under your feet, and the waves are all breaking over your head, and it's all that you can do to bob to the surface and gasp for air. And as time goes on, you do move closer to the shore, and you do feel the ground under your feet, and the waves don't break over your head all the time. And you continue to move closer and closer to shore. However, no matter how close you get to shore, you will still have waves that break over your head. You will still have waves that knock you down and drag you out again. And even if you're really having a great time and a great day, and you feel like you got this grief thing licked and it's all done, your feet are still going to be wet. And that's the way it is. Another thing about grief work is that you need to do it when you are ready. Like, I lost my mother when I was 10. I didn't really start earnestly doing grief work till I was in my 30s. And now I am much older than that. And I will be doing grief work till the end of my days. And that's okay. However, here's one of the really cool things about this is that we don't have to let go. You know, they used to teach us that grieving was about learning to accept that, you know, and breaking the relationship. And now we're like, wait a minute. Do I have to break the relationship? No, I do not. And we can keep the relationship going in any number of ways. We can write letters to our mother. We can crochet a blanket in her favorite colors. We can plant a garden. We can paint a picture. And one of the things that I have done is I've created this playlist that I have on Spotify. And so I've chosen some certain songs that I would like to share with you and why I picked these. To signify my childhood and my mother loss. So the first is Madonna. She has a song called This Used to Be My Playground that she wrote for the film A League of My Own. Now, Madonna herself is a motherless daughter. Rosie O'Donnell, who appeared in the film, is a motherless daughter. And the song itself is very sad and poignant and you know, heartrending and all this stuff. But another reason why I chose to pick this song is because my mother, I'm given to understand, I wish I could have talked with her about it, but my mother actually saw the Racine Bells play baseball during the era that the Women's Baseball League was in effect, when it was going on. So this kind of makes a connection for me with my mother. So another song that I picked is a song that's kind of poignant. It's called Martian Sunrise. It's by some friends of mine in a band called Gecko Project. And this kind of spoke to me to the whole loneliness. A Martian sunrise is something that happens that's actually very fast, and there's no one there, and it's like this barren landscape. And so I liked the way that the keyboards and the guitar and everything just kind of created this feeling of loneliness. Because you know what? Sometimes what works for me is to wallow a little bit. And so the other piece of wallowing that I have is this song. It's called Traditional Gaelic Melody, and I don't know, whatever. It's on an album called The Road North by Alasdair Fraser. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And Paul Macleese. And it's piano and Scottish fiddle. And it is another song that makes me cry, but in a good way. And so I hope that as you're tapping into your grief and you're tapping into your feelings this Mother's Day, you do things that work for you, whether that's something that makes you cry in a cathartic way or makes you laugh or distracts you. Do the thing that makes you happy, and rejoice that you were born, and rejoice that you had your mother for however long you had her, or for your mother substitutes if you had mother substitutes. Thanks. Talk to you again soon.